Mechanic, Mech Rashawn. You already know what it is. Hit the likes, hit the hypes, hit the sub. That's the fastest way you show your boy love. Um, Fresh in from out the rain because I did not want to miss another day. Uh, Still a little, but it's whatever. Yeah, man. Watching Marc Lamont Hill respond to Akademiks' accusation that he is, not a quality journalist because he did not do any work to break the story as far as Rock Nation versus Drake, which is all this is ever boiled down to. And Mark says it better than anybody else. Period, point blank. This is a story that Ack wants the rest of us to be way more interested in than he is. Here's the other thing about journalism. Here's one of the reasons why this whole thing just kind of falls flat. One, there are multiple kinds of journalists. Marc Lamont Hill finds himself or has placed himself in the political field. Entertainment journalism is not necessarily, his bag these days. They're not bringing him on CNN and Fox News to talk about the latest Rock Nation drama or what's happening with Steak. That's number one. Number two, as a journalist, let's put this out here. As a journalist, journalism is a profession. It's a field. It's a practice. A journalist is definitely a profession, but it's an occupation. And I got to tell you, all the journalism that I did, every time I applied my skill set as a journalist, it was, for lack of a better term, because I was being paid to do so. And I don't. This is another way. This is another failing of Act when he's coming at the heads of actual journalists, bro. Nobody's paying anybody to go look into that story to benefit who. No, you're literally coming at people who never claimed they had any interest in that story, and no one assigned them. No one asked them or assigned them that story to write for who. Me personally, I'm not just volunteering to write. Like, investigative journalism is not a day at the beach. I'd give me an interview any day over some shit that I have to go investigate. That takes weeks. It depends on how complex the story is. You can be there for months. Investigative journalism, those stories move. You could end up there for years. God forbid you got a deadline. That just means you got to get all the information you can between point A and point B and then hand it over. All of this, like, you're not doing, you guys are bum ass journalists. I've been shitting on you because you've never contributed anything. Okay, score that's strike number 3. You don't even know what the people who you're insulting have contributed to this to the field. You have no idea. You've never looked it up. You don't know what they've contributed, bro. You have no clue. So just randomly saying you've never contributed anything. You're an article writer. What does that even mean? Besides the fact that you don't read. Except that if it's an indictment that directly pertains to you. And there's no telling if you actually read the indictment or you're getting all your information from OVO because you're compromised. And we all know you're compromised. It's not independent journalism. It's you 100% taking sides, which is why you as a source and all of your sources can't be trusted. See, that's the problem when you do journalism with zero integrity. We have no idea if what you're saying is true on a story that no one's really interested in except for you. I'm not interested enough in this story to sit there and put in tons of research for absolutely nothing. So academics can see that I'm actually a journalist. And I wasn't even included in this. I'm speaking on behalf of like Marc Lamont and everybody else. Like, I'm just telling you my point of view. Are you kidding me? For what? Who has to prove anything to DJ compromised ass DJ Akademiks? who claims he's doing journalism. I mean, you're doing journalism the way someone who punches a guy in the mouth and the guy loses a tooth is doing dentistry. I just thought that was one of the dumbest, like especially somebody like Marc Lamont. Like it's I'm too cool with Rob Markman and Marc Lamont Hill, and before I met them, I respected the work. Pardon me, y'all. I'm sorry. This is just, and I don't like to come in here and talk music. I much rather talk. I mean, I don't like to come in here and talk about these shenanigans. I much rather be talking music. Got a whole Diligence album about to drop that I can't wait to get to. Um, I'm still hearing rumblings that Jazz O is about to do something. I just saw Christopher Reed, aka Kid from Kid and Play, put out a single, and he was eating on that. He was smoking those bars, bro. Like the dude was flowing. I'd much rather talk about that. But the fact is, I have a lot of respect for Marc Lamont Hill, who I only just met face to face for the first time last year when I did Joe Budden's show. When I was on the pod, and but I respected his work before then, and Syph, he and I have almost parallel careers as far as journalism is concerned, because he was over at Double XL at the same time that I was over at the Source, and then he transitioned over to MTV, and I started consulting. So like, I've we've been in lockstep as far as that's concerned, as far as he's concerned. But bruh, like just the disrespect of oh you bum ass website, you eat a dick. Like bro, first of all, you really shouldn't talk about people in ways that you wouldn't talk to those people. How about we start there? Super extra spicy with all this, eat a dick and all this other shit. Like, bro, he speaks as someone who's never been slapped in the mouth for, and it shows. You've never had consequences for how you talk, and it shows. Especially since that lingo is unnecessary, bro. These people don't know you like that. They don't owe you to go cover a story that you deem important. Like it's super crazy. Let me stop the clock. What's good, everybody? Like, share, and subscribe. Thank y'all for pulling up. 100 to everybody who's up in the joint lurking. Um, Shout out to CJ the Kid. Um, Big Sugar as always. What up, Dana? Yes, Kid did put out a single. Mark X, can you sing only in the shower? Don't change the subject. Eminem, good rap, please. I don't know what you're saying, bro. Please keep up with what we're doing. Kenny Mac, what up? These youngins don't know their homework at all. At all. Has a Chip Fu album dropped yet? No, not yet. Diamond D dropped an album, though. I gotta go check that out and see what's up. CJ, you're right. It is grinding my gears because, bro, first of all, just stay in your lane. Just keep doing your thing. All this, you don't do journalism because they're not covering a story you deem important that we're getting from, this is important to you and your man. It's not that important to anybody else. Most of us journalists don't care. This is not like breaking news. This doesn't contribute anything to the hip hop space. To the culture, not a thing. This is all business. And it's business between two MFs, and there's no music coming out of it. Why would any entertainment journalist stop what they're doing to cover this? More than they already have. I can see reporting on what's being said and what's out, but like investigating for what? Like who's going to jail? When somebody's going to jail, let's CNN report it. Like I'm not even thinking about this, bro. Like this is not important. This is important to you and your man. Like this is just Brim, you're right, but this is just corny. The whole thing is corny. Um, I will never truly understand what if slash when an individual takes a side. It's so hard to just say, but I guess it's understood. Don't have to be said. I mean, who side a paid article writer? Yeah, bro. Exactly. Sugar paid. Act probably feels like he don't have to look it up on who contributed. Let me answer this, CJ. Let me put you onto this. Let me just say this. Um, when you're doing journalism, real journalism, you don't have a side. Your job is not to have a side. That's one of the tenets. Staying objective. Staying completely and totally separate. You're not supposed to be making the news. You're supposed to be reporting on the story. Now, you can 100% tell everybody what's happening. 100%, no problem. But, bro, you're not supposed to take a side. That's one of the fucking points. I'm not supposed to have a side. I'm not supposed to be on somebody's side. When you are, whether because you just are or because someone paid you to be, when you have taken a side, that's called being compromised. You are no longer objective. You are biased. And any biased journalist is doing bad journalism unless they exit stage left and make it known that they are biased. Ask me my opinion on Busta Rhymes in a journalistic setting. The first thing I'm going to do is excuse myself from the conversation and tell you that I'm biased. Even though I feel like I could be objective, I'm not even going to take the chance. I'm clearly compromised when it comes to somebody that I've been working with for years. Forget like legit working with. The man has paid me to do my job, which means my relationship with him is no longer objective. We have a personal slash business agreement. There's no way you can expect me to be objective. Even if I told you my real opinion and I wasn't lying, I am coming from a compromised place when it comes to rocking with Bus. Admitting that, standing on that, and moving ahead accordingly, it's called integrity. Presenting and standing by my integrity is called morals. CJ the Kid, well, you just answered my question. I was going to say, if you are a journalist, should you avoid getting into personal relationships with people who you report on? Absolutely. 100%. How can you be objective about somebody that you're cool with? That's not how it works. You name me the person that you're cool with that you can be 100% objective over. Even if what's right and what's wrong is wrong, you still wouldn't be objective. There's no way you could be. You're going to see it a little different because you have an inside track on that person. Imagine somebody had a terrible fucking album and you met their wife, their kids, their mother, and saw all the people that they're supporting. And you know that the money that comes in from these shows and this album is going to help support his family. But you have to give an awful review on this album. You are fucked up. There's no way your conscience is going to bother you. I mean, if you me, that's a lie. My conscience wouldn't bother me because I'd be doing my job. But who would believe it? And it just makes it a harder job to do because now I gotta look that person in the face And they're sitting there talking about, yo, I thought you was my homeboy. And it's like, yeah, I am your homeboy, but I also had to keep it a buck and tell the truth. And now this is happening. Bro, you can't talk to me. Like, I see people act going in on journalists doesn't make any sense to me. You're literally just mad at a bunch of people that you're not. Like, and you did some research allegedly. See, everything that comes from Mac is allegedly now. We can't determine that anything you say is true because you're compromised, especially in this situation between Drake and Jay. You've already made it known that you take sides, that you're playing favorites, which means we can't believe anything you say. Sugar, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. There's no way we're supposed to be doing what we do for approval of any specific artist. It's cool when an artist is happy with their review, or they're not pissed, but you're not doing it for their bro. The second you start wanting to get cool with an artist, you've lost objectivity. Drake and Axe relationship clearly documented. He is clearly compromised, and he's also admitted that he takes money. His money will change his opinion, or his money will alter his moves. He can be brought and sold. If I know your number, then everybody knows your number. If you'll take bread from this person, you'll take bread from anybody. Integrity goes out the window. Integrity is not comfortable. Sugar never has been. As somebody who's been standing on his integrity for his whole run, trust me, it's not comfortable. It gets precarious out here. It's hairy. It got to look somebody in the face and tell them this is what it is, just because like they don't get it. They don't understand. It ain't oof oof. CJ, yeah, Sugar be earning them drops, bro. Like it is what it is. And I hate that. Like this annoys me. This irritates me in a different kind of way, because we're talking about two of our better dudes in this field. I don't want to hear from some dude compromised ass talking about people whose integrity has never been in question. Go ahead that conversation with Charlemagne, but like, okay, rock out, and he got an answer for his shit. But like Rob Markman, Marc Lamont Hill, and I haven't met Sis, but like Rob and Mark, if she's anything like the two of them, then I'll speak for her too, cause you're bugging. You're bugging. Like this is the dude who can't make it in the NBA, criticizing like all stars, legit criticizing all stars, people who show other people how the game is played. I know there are journalists out there studying Rob Markman, entertainment journalists studying Rob Markman's. I period. Marc Lamont Hill is no, he didn't just get here, bro. CNN is not, these outlets are not calling him because he's compromised. That's not how that happens. So what are we talking about? Like I don't even not and because none of them did a story or a deep dive on a story that he's super interested in and clearly compromised over, because none of them decided to pick it up and validate his POV, assuming it's his POV and not coming from OVO. Because nobody did that, they're trash journalists and all this other shit. Bro, miss me with that. And all this eat a dick talk, like, bro, you wouldn't say that to them. Not without the cops on speed dial. You wouldn't talk like that to Marc Lamont Hill's face. You wouldn't talk like that to none of their faces without being ready to call the cops. Or you get a little Hennessy and you in your basement by yourself, or wherever you are by yourself, in your crib by yourself. I'm not even gonna start that kind of talk. But like, Why would you even talk reckless like that? Knowing that if one of them, one of them decides to respond to that physically, you're calling the cops. Kind of like your big homie is calling for a lawsuit. Like you throw stones, hide your hands, ass. Like you want all the smoke and none of the consequences. It's irritating. Hit the like, y'all. Hit the like. Hit the subscribe if you're just getting here. Hit the like. Hit the sub. That's how you show your boy love. Can't get into act. I understand the job and sometimes having to half-ass to keep fans or artists close, but act seems too fake for me. He's compromised, bro. There's nothing fake about that. He told you that he accepts bread. Did that wrong? Jesus, I didn't mean for that to wrong. I even missed that one. I'm slipping. Question: if he didn't say those things, would you ever speak about his talents or show? Nope. That's why he doesn't make. Yeah, I guess. I get it doesn't make it, but here's the problem, sugar. He's a part. He's here. He's a part of this thing. He's under the umbrella. We have to deal with him. He's influential. His voice holds a lot of weight. He takes up a lot of space. My problem, not my problem, my issue is silence is compliance. I know that rhyme. That's not one of mine. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. Silence is compliance. If you're quiet about something, it's kind of like you're saying it's okay to do. And that's not what I can do. Me personally. I can't do that. I can't be quiet when I see something like this egregious. Just come on, bro. I can't. I should. I should. It's not like anybody cares what I have to say about it. I'm not in that mix like that now. You know, I nobody really cared. It doesn't matter. I'm not in that. He didn't shout me out. I could completely just mind my own business. But the fact is, this is my business. Hip hop journalism is my thing. It's how I cut my teeth. It's how I made my way. It literally put food on my table. I did it for a living. For many moons. For me, and I didn't do it for clout. When I was doing it, when I was in my journalism bag fully, I just had a byline. There were no photos of me. There was no videos of me. It was literally just me doing the work. That shit is trash, bro. Different ways to do business, and sometimes you can't be 100% honest at the top. There are limitations on how you're doing it until you compromise your integrity. Tyrevelli, what you're talking about is tact. The word you're using is tact. You do have to be tactful at times. I don't know if you guys saw, but my Jim Jones interview is about to drop. And believe me, to try and get the story, I had to show a lot of tact. I did not. I'm not even going to put y'all on, but there's one place in the interview where there's going to be like a pregnant pause. And I just want you to know, I'm going to tell y'all, I just want you to know, in that pregnant pause, there was something I was about to say that I decided to make a really split-second decision, and I guess it wasn't that split second because the pregnant pause was obvious to me. There was a split-second decision where I was about to say something, and in order to secure more of the story, I backed off. You'll see it when you watch it, but if you check my Instagram right now, the Jim Jones, there's like a little collage of clips from the Jim Jones interview. Shout out to my partner Gat Taylor. The Mech and Gat show out now, World Star's only podcast. Wait, was it really that bad attention, that interview, Mech? Not bad. It was tense, but not for the reasons you think. I'm gonna wait until the interview was out, and then I'll explain to you where the tension came from. It's not. It was, but not for the reasons that you think. That part where he ends the live and gets up. That was the end of the joint. But you'll no, not that part. Not that part. You'll see though. It's a very pregnant pause when you watch the interview, and the interview's not that long. But when you guys get a chance to sit down and actually watch the joint, when we drop the whole joint, which I believe is probably going to drop this weekend, this Sunday, you'll be able to see it. Um, yeah, you'll. There was a time when I pride myself on being as honest as possible, and when I say as honest as possible, it means with the information that I have available. I can misspeak. There may be something that I don't know, I wasn't fully made aware of, and I'll say something that will prove to be false. It's not that I purposefully misled anybody or purposefully lied, but maybe the information I had was incorrect or incomplete. So when I say I try to be totally honest, it means at least my intentions are always to keep it a buck. But it can be that maybe I'm not telling what I'm saying isn't 100% accurate. With that said, I do have to be tactful in order to get the story done. I do have to. I got to be careful about what I. You can't fly off and just be as 100% blatant as you would like to be. I have to talk around. I have to talk around egos. I have to talk around situations. I've had to talk around time constraints. I've had to talk around all of the above. Um, oh, thank you, Sugar. Thank you so much, Sugar. You big old you lumpy Cuban sugar. You. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, no one is perfect. I know I'm not, but you have to self-reflect on your actions. Facts, and you have to be able to sleep. You have to be able to look yourself in the mirror. I do that very well. I do that. I got no problem saying what I say, doing what I do, and sleeping like a baby at night because I know what my intentions are and I know what my attitude is and I know the job that I'm trying to do. Um, but that you'll see the interview. What you're talking about, Tyravelli, is tact. We've all had to use tact. For instance, most of the people that I've seen interview Donald Trump have had to do so with a level of tact, knowing what his disposition is towards being questioned, towards being challenged, towards being called out. If you want the interview done, you're gonna have to approach this with a level of tact, and it becomes, people will want the interview to just go in, and that's not how you're gonna get the interview done. And you forget that you have a job to do. These guys have jobs to do. The job is to get the interview done. So you have to approach somebody like him a specific way. I don't you don't and you don't need to be a journalist to see it. You just watch. You can always tell he's on the verge of like flipping. He's right there on the edge of like just going ham, and the whole thing is gonna get derailed. And because he comes across as so spiteful, you can end up losing privileges to the White House, which could be a main part, a main thing, a main component of your job. Internally, if you and yours closest know the truth, what's said doesn't matter. That's internally, but we don't live internally, especially in the entertainment business. We don't get the luxury of living internally. It's very much an outward facing business. Three Stacks wants to walk around with a flute for the rest of his life and just do laundry at random places. But the fact is, if somebody recognizes him, he doesn't get to just be him and his friends. He does, and then the trade off is he's no longer in the public eye at all. So I mean, where the topic is sliding all over the place. Act definitely sits around and thinks of all these angles and takes to talk about. You can see it in his mannerisms, his body language when he talks. I mean, yeah, I guess. Um, Maybe to him, he feels he doesn't know his fans personally, so it justifies his actions. Nah, nah. Or 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 If he does in fact feel that way, which he might, compromised journalist, you've been compromised. You can feel that you cool, but that comes with the title of being compromised, bro. You don't get to, you know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of wiggle room in there. You either compromise or you're not. Like it's being a little compromised is like being a little pregnant. Like you're either pregnant or you're not. The baby can grow, but you're pregnant the whole time. You're either pregnant or you're not. Ain't no way around that. There's no way around that. And when you start telling us that you'll take this amount of money to stay off of somebody's neck, compromise. You've been paid for. Compromise. Your opinion now is being kept to yourself because somebody offered you a certain amount of bread. Compromised. That's being compromised. Like plain and simple. You've been compromised, and I'm not even hating on it. It just is, and you can't talk to me about journalism when you're compromised. Clearly, what the fuck? Like, so now these three people that you're talking about, because they didn't go hard body karate on your story, on this story that you deem so effing important to the culture, which it's not, which is no records are coming out of that. Talk to me when Drake decides to throw his shot at Jay, and we will double back on this story and say this is why Drake decided to go in. Now it has some relevancy to what we're doing, but all this like all of this insider, I don't care about this story. Y'all know, the people who pull up in this room definitely know. I don't care. I don't care what Stake is doing. I don't care what Rock Nation is doing. People forget that Rock Nation started off as like a sports agency, so maybe they still have ties in the betting world. I could speculate all day. I don't care. I don't care, and nobody's paying me to care, and I don't get anything out of caring about this situation. None of this benefits me at all. The people who rock with me, we want to talk music. If bars were coming out of this, maybe okay, all right, I'm with it. I think Act comes across as beneath our chat. I almost need a shower after talking about it. Good God, Wolf. My bad. Good God. Crown K, what up? Yeah, Brim, that was funny. Damn, bro. Baseball, what up? Eternally. I didn't say what's up to you before. What's up? Good to see you. Tyvel, what up? I like your way of looking at things, Mac. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Base. Thank you. Hit the like, hit the sub. That's how you show your boy love. Head on over and check out that carousel, the Jim Jones interview we did. Gat and I are really putting numbers on the board. We're starting to get these people in the chair that very few folks can get their hands on. It's we never interviewed him when we were at the old show, so this is definitely this feels pretty groovy. Um, yeah, yeah. I didn't mean to sit here and rant about that situation. He's not a journalist, Meg, as we saying he doesn't care about being brought. Right, right. So how about you keep journalist name out your mouth? How about you just avoid that talk? How about you mind your place and chill the F out, bro? Like how about we do that? Are you uploading to your YouTube channel for the show? I'll be putting clips on my channel, and I'll be putting the full episodes on the Mech and Gat channel. And the clips as well. We'll land on the Mech and Gat channel. We're still funny. We're still really trying to figure out how we want to do this, like between World Star and us, us individually and the main channel. We're still trying to figure out exactly like how to dice it up. Does it bother you how people minimize journalism and journalists? Pink Mustang. Bother me? Not really. It's. I've accepted that this is kind of the way of the world, and with you got to look at the source. You got to consider the people who are minimizing it. Pink, let me put you on to something. I've noticed that most people, not everybody, because I don't like to talk in absolutes when I don't have to, but I've noticed that most people who do their best or seem to have an agenda of minimizing anything, they're 9 times out of 10 they're minimizing the thing they can't do. I just consider the source. Or they're mad at the credentials that come with the work. They're not they want the reward and not the work. Say what again, mother? What up, bro? What up? Good to see you. Push, what up? I think I said what's up to Push. Is Just here? I didn't see Just pull up. I didn't see Just pull up. I missed Just. Or maybe you just shouting around. I didn't see Just pull up, but if she is here, hey, what's happening? What do you mean? Where's the water? Where it always is, not far from my hand until it's gone. Oh, she is? Okay, shout out to Just. I missed her. Yeah, the water's never far. Um, yeah, it's one of those things. It's one of those things. But Pink Mustang, when somebody is trying to minimize anything, especially in entertainment, I notice people minimize things that they people try to lower a bar they can't reach. Anybody who tells you lyrics are important is probably somebody who doesn't have any. Anybody who tells you lyricism isn't important is probably somebody who isn't one and can't be. Somebody who tells you journalism isn't important is somebody who doesn't read. They started getting their information from other places, and or they just, they're sick of journalists being seen as the end all be all in a space that they're looking to invade. So they're looking to lower the bar. Ack has all the ability to do the research. He has all the ability to do the job and none of the integrity. He's compromised. He's compromised as fuck. He's got the ability to do the job. Is only one part of the job. But there are tenets, and the fact that he doesn't know what those are just tells you that he's the wrong person to speak on this. Zero integrity. Your ability to research and look something up, assuming that that's what you're actually doing, his ability to do all of those things falls short of the fact that he's compromised. He can be brought and sold. We don't know if you actually did the research, bro. Somebody could have paid you to say that. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I promise you, I'm chilling. It's not that serious. Mac, you drinking faucet H2O? You seem like you got a fridge full of Fiji. Oh, man, bite your tongue. Of course not. Got a water filter. Got a couple of water filters. I drink a lot of water, bro. I drink a lot of water. I have a few. I have different filters. I have one filter. I run the water through some charcoal. Like I got filters, bro. The water is yeah. I got a fridge full of water, but it's not happening out the faucet. I'm not drinking it out the faucet. New York water good to drink without filters. I mean, it was said. I remember reading a while ago that New York water actually was the best, but then I found out that one of the things that they were saying, one of the reasons they were saying it was so good is because it had calcium in it, and then you find out calcium isn't that great. Regardless, I just go get the filters. Let's go get the filters. Change them every few weeks. It is what it is. I got that 3-stage under the sink joint on the way. Yeah, yeah, push. Yeah, it's like that. Mine is a double up. Mine is a 2-chamber. Mine is a double up. I'm with you. Rules in stone, man. What if the Lord Himself didn't write them? What's the meaning? Rules in stone. Baseball, you lost me. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Yeah, don't mind me, y'all. I'm not. I hate that I even went on this long about it. No, no, I don't. No, I don't. I take that back. This is important to me. Not not sorry, not sorry. This is important to me. This means something to me. For like some this dude to come pulling up. And again, one of my main, if don't talk about people a way you wouldn't talk to people. Your page, Meg, dude. No, no, sugar, it's our page. It's our page. This is our page. This is our thing. It's not just mine. It's just our page. We rock around here, and it's not just about me. It's about us. It's our page. I hear you. I hear you, and I'm with you. But I respectfully, young sugar, I disagree. This is our page. I appreciate that, sugar, but yeah, this our thing here. Chamber driving, but good God, man, don't be typing to us while you driving, man. Focus on the road. The hell wrong with you, Chamber? We need your ass in the house in one piece. Don't be doing that. What's wrong with you, man? Listen, I don't even type at the light. Wait till you get home. Good God, man. I don't understand how folks cut up behind keyboards because they never in real life. Crown, don't get me started. Don't get me started. You know what my life is. Don't get me started. You've seen some of the weirdos who come in here, and you know damn well they can't even show, they don't even show their faces here, let alone in real life. They don't even want you to know what they look like on the internet. Don't get me started. What else did I want to tell y'all? Oh, still waiting on my laptop. Still waiting for my laptop to get finished. I opted for the bells and whistles, but they told me this was going to be done last week. I am still waiting on this thing. And I've already put, like, I literally just have to go pick it up now. But they are driving me crazy. Terabyte, I get it. Extra terabyte, I love it. But bruh, it's starting to make, anyway, that's just a quick update. Listen, I deliberately stay off social to not set nobody straight. Yeah, sugar. Because I see what you do. Yeah, no, I sugar in here doing her one too. Like sugar does what sugar does, but like I again, the fact that they pull up here, and that's why there are accusations of him trying to be slapped in the car. Consequence. Someone who doesn't condone that violence, but kind of condones violence when it's necessary. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. Are you talking like why would you can get the point across without all that reckless talking, but I guess that's what gets the clicks and views. He's never gonna run into Rob any place where actual consequences can happen. He's never gonna run into Mark somewhere actual consequences can happen and where he'll actually have to answer to this kind of talk. They're never gonna be in the same space. when you see me in person and they get the sour treatment, trust me, they run back to the keyboard. Yeah, when people, yeah, yeah, that don't surprise me because that's the nature of of the people who do stuff like this. The people who troll, the people who pop, that's their nature. That's who they are. They're not people who can do this out loud in person to someone's face and stand on it. That's not who these people are. You have the right to say what you want, but you also have accountability of the repercussions that follow. Yeah, yeah. Say whatever you want. You got freedom of speech. You don't have freedom of consequences. You're absolutely right. Completely. Exactly. He was already crying behind Saucy Santana and Lil Baby's little homie. Who knows? Maybe the universe would deem it so mech for Ack and Marc Lamont Hill to run into each other. Oh Jesus, Bram. If and when that were to happen, if and when that were to happen, I would only ask the same universe that brought them together to allow me to be the only witness to whatever happens. I would. Oh God, if that's a thing, please, universe, if you deem it so to bring those two together, someplace where consequences can actually take place, I only humbly request, and I'm saying humbly to the universe, I only very modestly request that you allow me to be the only witness to said situation. I wouldn't even record it. Yeah, I probably would. No. I'd record it, but I wouldn't show anybody except for Marc Lamont Hill and probably Yak. Yeah, I'd record, but I wouldn't. It wouldn't be for the world because I wouldn't want it. If what I'm thinking is what I'm thinking, I wouldn't want. I don't wish anything bad on Marc Lamont Hill. I wouldn't want to see anything. I don't, want the authorities pulling up on him for whatever reason, for any reason. So yeah, I'd record it. I wouldn't show anybody. I try and find a way to show y'all low. Like if I had to go travel around door to door and just run up on you with the and just show it to you on my phone and then break out, I'd find a way to show y'all. But I will not be quieted due to someone else's insecurities and mishaps. Yeah, yeah. I try to figure out a way to show y'all. I wouldn't want to leave y'all out. Don't get it twisted. Mark Lamont Hill got hands. He from Philly. Yo, and he trains. He trains. Mark Lamont Hill is a. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. But when we spoke, I believe he told me he's a jujitsu guy. Mark Lamont Hill is in the business of folding your clothes while you're still in them. We seen him like bench pressing and all that. Like Mark Lamont Hill, he does study jujitsu. Yeah, like Mark Lamont Hill, the art of folding clothes while you're still in them. That's what I've heard jujitsu and judo refer to in fighting circles. The art of folding clothes while you're still in them. If you've ever doubted it, if you're ever in a fight, that will kill you. Wolf, shout out to Wolf. He just I just saw that alert pull up on Cash App. Cash App. Cash App. I hear Sugar's voice in my head right now because I never do it. Shout out to Wolf for the Cash App. You got it. You got it. I already hear you, Sugar. And Wolf, the two people who are always telling me to post my Cash App. And I always have to be reminded at least one more time. and I know they're annoyed as hell at me for that. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. The scroll up is there. You did it. Okay. All right. Of course you did. Of course you did. Speaking of fighting styles, can pain tolerance be truly taught? Sure, sure. Just it's only going to be as good as as the student. By how much can pain tolerance to be taught? It's on the it depends on the student. It depends on the student. I mean they have treatment to kill the nerves in the shin. That's painful as hell. But it can 100% be taught. If academics needs a tune up, so does WAC 100. But Wax not a culture guy. Wax a street dude. Like Wax not a culture dude. I don't care what he tells himself or tells anybody else. Wax not a culture dude. Wax is a street dude who's in the entertainment business in the music industry. But Wax not a culture dude. Whack knows street culture. Only right at red lights. You are killing me, Chamber. I can block kicks and punches and it doesn't hurt, but I have hard shins and arms. Yeah, you can treat, you can train. The word is conditioning. There's conditioning for those to build the strength. You develop with consistent training. Yeah, you just got to do it and knuckles. You just got to do it a certain way, so you don't break too many things. Or when you break it, there's a saying like you break it, it heals stronger. But now you got to deal with arthritis. Like it's a lot. It has to be done the right way. Um, yeah, y'all don't mind me. Can someone have natural pain tolerance, or is it very unlikely someone can? I have a pretty abnormal pain tolerance, which is not good. It's not good. It sounds. I don't know. Did I just crack my neck? I don't know. I don't know if I did. That might have been this. Um, yeah, I got a pretty high pain tolerance, but it's mine isn't necessarily good because what happens is something could be really wrong with me and I wouldn't feel what I'm supposed to feel. So it sounds cool, but it's not all it's cracked up to be. Women naturally have a high, and that's conditioning. They've been going through something every 30 days for that's conditioning. It's a little different. Our top five journalists, our top five hip hop journalists today at Chamber. This is why you should not write while driving. Our top five hip hop journalists today. You should, yeah. Kendrick looks like he is absolutely crazy. That's funny. No different than Cook's hands touch ish that would have some in tears. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. Oh man. Oh man. I'm mad I did that. Now I want some more water. But I'm not getting. Well, I'm about to let y'all go. I'm not gonna keep you next spicy tonight. Leave me alone, sugar. Acting real Aries. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I won't deny that. Again, this is a subject that's a little closer to home. And while nine times I hate seeing history rewritten, I hate seeing the bar pulled low by people who can't reach it naturally. Things like that just irritate me a little bit. I hate standards being lowered for people who are of low talent. Like, and going at Mark Lamont Hill and Rob Markman and whoever else, like, bro, just stop. First of all, trying to make them look bad to make yourself look better is the sure shot sign of a loser in any field. I don't care what you're doing. If you got to make somebody else look bad purposefully, you got to pull their resume and throw mud at their resume to make yourself look better. That's a sure shot sign of a loser. That's not even trying to compete. That's just loser talk. Never in my life, of all the MCs I've ever been around, of all the journalists that I've ever been around, have I ever tried to tell somebody else they were trash in order to make myself feel better. It's never happened. It's never, if I told them they were trash, it's because they were trash. It was, I felt the same before, during, and after. But like trying to throw mud at resumes in a field you're not really, like, you don't hold the tenets to be in, you don't have the resume to stand in. And make no mistake, you can do all the mechanical work. That being compromised, your integrity's out the window. It's done. It's done. It's cooked. It's done. You gotta miss me with the talk after that. Like, just speaking of, it'll be interesting if the game and Drake drop that track on Friday. Word. Word. Let's get back into the music. Shout out to Diamond D for dropping an album. I was waiting to see if he was gonna drop the track that I have with him. It's not on there. So if you're going on there looking, just go look and go check it, because Diamond D is a master producer. Go check it. And definitely shout out to Q Unique and Redmatic, new album, The QR Code, track number 5 is called Success, featuring your boy. Shout out to them. Shout out to the homie Q Unique. I managed to, he's in LA, so 9 p.m. his time, we managed to go live. Looking at his setup, I think it's something that I might want to do with you, with and for you guys. Y'all are bugging. Y'all are bugging. Yeah, I literally spent the whole show talking about this, but I don't regret it. I don't regret it. What's understood don't need to be said, but sometimes it needs to be heard. And again, silence is compliance. I'm not gonna sit here and be quiet. I wonder, how do you describe your relationship with Buster? Is he your friend, your boss? Well, first of all, I don't have a boss. That's not for nothing. I've had bosses. That's not for nothing. But Bust and I work together. I do what I need to do. He does what he needs to do. He pays me for the service. I'm more like an independent contractor as opposed to him being my boss. Friend, that's interesting. That's interesting because Bus has definitely looked out. He's done some stuff that a friend would do. He's looked out, and I know how I get. I know how I give it up. I know how I get down. Like, when you're in my cipher, I'm. No, Wolf. I didn't take it that way. I didn't take it that way, at all. I didn't take it that way. Don't. No. I didn't take it that way. Um, I didn't take it that way. Don't sweat that. I wasn't taking it that way. I'm not that sensitive. I didn't take it that way. Um, yeah, no, sugar, because when my tone in saying I don't have a boss, he felt you could take that, and I just need to let. I understand. I understand, but I'm not sugar, but I get it. It was cool. I can understand how maybe my tone would make you think that I was snapping, but I promise you I'm not on that kind of time. Sugar's right. I'm not on that kind of time at all. Um, um, it's a but we have a brotherhood thing happen. Like his kids call me Unc. His kids call me Uncle Mech. That's how long I've been around. The younger Trill calls me Uncle Meg. So we've kind of it's interesting. It's but it's what I don't question it. It just is. Right? You work with somebody long enough and they hook you up with opportunities and they look out for you, and I won't say anybody else. Me personally, I return that. If somebody looks out for me, I make it a point. I return that. So if I got situations or opportunities that Bus can benefit from, and I do the job that I'm paid to do. He's not the only person that I A&R for, but I am the head of A&R of that company, and there's no way we would have that kind of working relationship without a respect level that comes with long-term friendship, long-term familiarity. So there you go. I don't know if I even answered the question, but like I do know he and I are cool in a way where I am compromised when it comes to talking about him. And I don't apologize for it. I just put it out there so people know. You want to start talking about Busta Rhymes? Bro, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I can be 100% objective when his kids call me Unc. And I treat them like nieces, and I treat them like nieces and nephews. They can legit call my line like, who does that? How could I possibly do that? Can independent artists contract these services also? Yeah, 100%. Mechanismconsulting.com. I mean, excuse me, mechanism consulting at Gmail. I actually have it on my Instagram. It's in the bio section. Yeah, 100%. I got a different rate for people who are indie because I understand. Plain and simple. But yeah, 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 yeah. When you hear me say that I'm consulting, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Mac posted on his page. Yeah, Sugar's right. I don't post. Let me be fair. Let me be fair. Let me be fair. I used to post it a lot more than I do now, but I've run out of time. I don't have the same time that I do. So now it's kind of like I take the reoccurring folks who spin the block, and I older clients who already have the contact info. I rock with them. They can pull back around, and we'll get something popping. But I rarely I haven't advertised to take new clients um, in maybe a year and some change now. It's been a minute. Well, consistently it's been I haven't done it consistently in a minute. That's funny. The sugar rate. That's funny. Did they mention if Stone Rules was written before they hung Jesus after? Baseball, you going in. And with that said, I'm going out. Pause? I'm not doing that. Brothers and sisters, mothers and misses, blingers and blisters, I want to thank y'all for pulling up to the garage, home to the worldwide mechanics. This is your boy, Mac Rashawn, lead mechanic. And as always, likes, hypes, and subs, how you show your boy love. Thank y'all for pulling up. I will pull up back around here 5 o'clock tomorrow. Let's get it popping once again. Again, just thank y'all. Any dollar that comes from this channel gets reinvested back into this channel. My bag of goodies is just waiting for my laptop to get set up. Thank y'all for being the kind of community you are. And yeah, I can't say anything else other than that. Just thank y'all for being the kind of room, space, community, chat that you are. Team, crew, whatever you want to call yourself. One love to all the mechanics. Please be safe. And God willing, I will see y'all back here tomorrow. Until then, the garage is now officially closed for the evening. Hit that alarm bell, and Y'all have a great night. Share a good meal with somebody that you really fuck with. Shout out to Just. Peace.